Hey, what is going on, everybody? Saturday night, and I am ready to check out another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Everything is upcoming right now on the stream, so if you got some comments, make sure to get those in. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying something nice this weekend as well, or maybe doing something nice. Can't do too much because everybody is still pretty much locked in or locked down with all the coronavirus stuff. But tonight, I'm going to check out one from out of Dayton, Ohio. And this is going to be from Warped Wing. It is their Pirogue or Pirogue. I should have seen how to pronounce that, but I did not check into it. But as you can see here, it is a Belgian-style black triple brewed with coffee. And those of you that know me know my favorite style is Belgian style beers. So looking forward to see what this one has to offer. One thing that I noticed about this when I pulled it out to check it out tonight is it didn't have a date on it. And also it doesn't have the ABV. So let me check the phone here real quick. And for this one here, it is a 9% ABV and 24 IBU. According to Untappd, I don't know how breweries can put this stuff out there and not put an ABV on the beer, not put a date on the beer. Two things they need to really have. So it's kind of always an issue for me when I don't see it on that. So I wish they would all do that. As far as the cost on this one, for those of you that like to know, this was not a Raw J deal. It was just $5.99. If it wants to come in, well, you can see the price right there. A little blurry. There you go. $5.99 for this one here. So $6 beer. And this one is actually a 16.9 ounce bottle. So a little bit bigger. What is going on to Nibul? Welcome, my friend. Cheers to you. And cheers to everybody else that happens to join in on here on the chat. The making of this beer, I'll give you off the back label. In 1796, 12 stout-hearted homesteaders weathered the wild unknown in a pole skiff boat called a Pirogue. They traveled up the Great Miami River and landed in a beautiful place where the river forks, Dayton, Ohio. Fast forward to 2014, in memory of the historic journey, Warp Wing and Woodborough Coffee collaborate together to create Pirogue, a Belgian-style black triple brewed with coffee. Each sip a voyage through the hints of baker's chocolate, brown sugar, stone fruit, and fig. Explore. So that kind of gives you an idea of what to look for on this one. And 12 point, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I said 16. This is actually a 12.7 ounce bottle. It felt different. It felt like it was like a 16 ounce bottle. 12.7 ounces. And let's go ahead and get into this one to see what this has to offer. Now, this is actually the 2018 vintage, so this was one that I pulled from the cellar, as I do have a lot of cellar beers down there. And of course, in a time like this where you really can't go anywhere, well, we can actually go to grocery stores. We can go to liquor stores here in Kentucky, which are essential. But it's nice to have a beer cellar built up because then you can just sit back and enjoy the things you gathered over the years. So nice dark color beer here. Going to put a head on it so we can open up the aromas. And of course, release some of the gases so not to be bloated. But a nice looking beer. Came out with about a finger of head. You can see the darkness right there of the beer itself. Head, a nice, pretty much tan color. Right now we're looking at about a half finger. Decent aroma. Definitely pick up that feel of like the baker's chocolate. Get a nice sweetness there from the malts as well. You do have to take a nice whiff to actually pull it out. It's not as aromatic as I would like with some of the beer. But you're definitely starting to pick it up a little bit more as it warms. Has a little bit of an undertone of like a caramel toffee type feel. But For what I'm getting out of it, it definitely is on point. Let's get the taste. Big shout out to Bourbon Bounty. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you as well. Wow. Now this one drinks really smooth. That initial taste, you pick up the qualities of it being a Belgian triple. That back end finish, you do pick up the chocolate, a nice feel of the chocolate, a little bit of a coffee, kind of sticking in the cheeks nicely. Pretty good flavor. I do pick up a little bit of a thinness with it though. And that chocolate tone takes over the quality you would usually associate with the Belgian triple. But it is there, like I said, in the initial, before that chocolate really kicks in. Leaves a nice feel in the mouth of that sweetness from the malts. Almost has like a fudge brownie type characteristic to it. You're not really picking up the alcohol here at 9% ABV. Drinks very smoothly. A few of these will definitely get you in trouble. It's a nice way to, at least tonight, start the night. It could be a nice way to finish the night too. It's very nice drinking beer. Decent job by Warp Wing. Got a date on this one. If you definitely like the feel of coffee, that is here. The chocolate is here. The sweetness, you have to have a little bit of a sweetness type tooth or be a fan of that, because you do, again, get something almost like a fudge brownie-ish type feel. A little bit of a caramel type undertone. But I'm digging this one. This is pretty impressive. I don't get a lot of the Warp Wing beers as much just because of so many breweries we have here. But if you're ever in the Dayton, Ohio area, definitely suggest checking them out. I've liked a lot of the beers they've done in the past. I just don't get them as much at this time. What I like about this one too, and what I find on some of the beers that have a higher, or what I would consider a really good quality about them, is that lasting flavor. I'm getting like a little bit of a tingle in there in the cheek area. And I kind of feel it with this one. And it's that feel that kind of makes you want to suck the cheeks in, because you're pulling out more flavor of it. And that's what this one's actually providing. This is one you can sit down and really sit back and enjoy. A great one to pair up with a cigar. That would go just so well with it. And I was thinking, one of my favorite cigars I picked up over the last couple of years here is a cigar put out by Maker's Mark. And you do get that feel of the bourbon tinge on it. And that would pair well with this one here. I'm also thinking of a type of glazed type wings that would also go good here. A nice burger would go good with it too. Very nice. Definitely enjoying this one. And if you are enjoying anything out there, let me know in the comment section. If you've had any of the Warp Wing beers, let me know as well. I'm not sure how far they actually push out of Ohio. All over Ohio, you can usually get them. I think they might be in Indiana, possibly. I know they're in parts of Kentucky. But again, definitely one I would say check out. Just a nice all-around beer, which I'm going to go and finish enjoying. But thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to throw a quick one up here. And I'm going to actually record some other videos that I can actually upload to the channel. And those won't be live. They'll be just ones I want to get up here so people can check out some of the beers. I've got so many different ones that I want to get lined up for you guys. But I'm glad you guys definitely tuned in. And Bourbon says I reviewed Uncle Nearest 1856 earlier. Just sipping on Coors Light again. Oh yeah, so nothing wrong with that. I mean, definitely a little follow up from what you had earlier. Nibu asked, "How do you drink? How do I drink my beer? Cold, very cold, or freezing?" Actually, it all depends on the style. Very rarely, for the beers I drink, do you drink them really cold. Different styles of beers carry different temperatures to really help them out. If you're drinking like a lager, most of your lagers, especially if they're like the adjunct macro lagers, you're going to drink them more ice cold because you don't want them to get warm, because when they get warm, they actually get worse. But when you're drinking like a good craft beer, a lot of them, when they warm up, they get better. So they bring out different things. So if you're drinking a IPA, for instance, usually you're going to be drinking that around 41 to 45, 46 degrees. If you're drinking like this here, a Belgian, you're probably drinking this one more up between the 50 to 55 degree type area, letting it open up, letting it really warm up to bring out all the flavors and things along those lines. So it all depends on the beer style. But if I was drinking something like a Coors Light, like bourbon, yeah, then that would be freezing or pretty much cold. You know, that's something you put like maybe into a mug that you had in the freezer or so. What's going on, Hillbilly? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you, brother. And hello to you as well. Hopefully, you're doing safe down there in your area as we go through this stuff. And a little bit crazy, a little bit crazy stuff out there. Although up here it hasn't been too bad. At least I went out to Kroger today earlier, and for the first time, I guess you could say, had a mask. I made a mask out of a bandana that I have here, so that was kind of weird. It felt weird actually being in one, but then when I got in the store, there were other people that had some. I would say about half and half. Half people did, half people didn't. Some with gloves, some without. There's just kind of an interesting thing taking place now. But kind of got used to it. The only thing was it was kind of hot under the bandana mask, but really didn't really affect anything else really there. And it just seems like for this next however many month period, that's what you're going to have to do, some of these type of things. And then hopefully we'll come out of it at some point. And Bourbon said, with Coors Light, so cold it freezes your taste buds, right? Yeah. You definitely have that one very, very cold for sure. And if you guys haven't checked out Hillbilly's Select Reviews, make sure you check him out. John does some good stuff there. He actually does some beer reviews, wine reviews, spirits, coffee, tea. So different things and a good variety of stuff. And Bourbon says cheers to Hillbilly as well. And yeah, if you haven't checked out Bourbon Bounty, make sure you check him out. Obviously, you can tell in his name, he does things around bourbon. But some really nice, insightful videos that he puts up about bourbon. So even for me being in Kentucky, which is like the bourbon state, I'm still trying to get more into that. But his channel, he really breaks a lot of stuff down nicely to give you a good understanding of some of the things too. So if you're looking to try more bourbon and find out about bourbon, I would definitely check out Bourbon Bounty's channel. Hillbilly said hello to Bourbon as well. And Bourbon says, my wife is making masks. Hit me up if you want one. Oh, nice. Well, I may do that. I mean, the bandana mask worked well. And I do actually have a couple of masks here that we have. But it's kind of like, I really didn't want to wear those as of yet until it's like something where it's really a needed situation. Or like everybody has to have one on type thing. But I would definitely keep that in mind for sure. There's a lot of people that are doing some different things to make masks. I actually saw a cool thing that someone had made masks for deaf people and hearing impaired, where they made a mask, but the middle's cut out, where it's like clear so they can read people's lips. I thought that was a great idea they actually did with that one. So that people that were deaf could also see what the people were saying because they'd be able to see their mouth move. So a lot of different things being done to get people what they need. Here in Cincinnati, across the river from me, they had a lot of different food drives and stuff today where people were stocking stuff from the food banks, and the line was long. The line was on the news station pretty long on the people that needed it, and obviously there's a lot of people that are out of work that we know. Last 2 weeks, 10 million claims pretty much filed. And a lot of people that are out of work are really coming in, I think, like from some of the service type industries and things like that, where they can't afford to keep people on, retail operations, things along those lines. Fortunately, I'm in a job where we're able to so far sustain everything, but in our area and what we do, I mean, we work in the financial area, so it's kind of like we're still kind of a part of all that stuff happening because people still need what we're actually offering there. But there's a lot of places going through transitions. I just saw Hobby Lobby today are closing all their stores and they're putting people on furlough without pay. So they're not even paying them before they go to furlough, which is pretty tough as well. I mean, if you're going to furlough without pay, I mean, essentially to me, I'm just thinking you're being fired, right? Or something. They made no mention about back pay or anything like that if they bring them back. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird type thing. But yeah, people are in different situations they didn't expect to ever be in, probably. And as we know here, a lot of people are pretty much check to check. You know, people are one check away, possibly two checks away from being that homeless person you see out on the street. So some tough times for sure, but hopefully we get through it. Hopefully there's enough stuff set up to help people that need it. And hopefully the people that are exploiting it cut it out and stop exploiting this situation. We had a situation down. Actually, you may have seen this, John Hillbilly. Outside Louisville, people were setting up fake coronavirus testing stations and trying to scam people out of money. I'm like, how demented of a person do you have to be to kind of do that kind of scheme and affect people? And luckily the community responded and, basically shut them down, kind of chased them out of town. And I guess they went from Kentucky over to Indiana, and hopefully Indiana people aren't getting screwed by this group. But, be careful out there. There are a lot of people doing scams. There's people doing scams right now for the stimulus checks and stuff that are supposed to be coming. They're already trying to set up fake things. And sometimes it's just surprising how unscrupulous we as humans can be at certain points. So just make sure you're protected. Make sure you double check things. And remember, if something sounds too good, it probably is. But this beer is too good too. But with that being said, thanks for you guys that tuned in. Hopefully you like what you saw. If so, remember to hit that thumbs up. And if there's a beer you want me to check out, make sure you comment. If you've had any Warp Wing beers, make sure you leave a comment there as well. Let me know some of the things you're looking at out there in the beer area. Other things that you want to see on the channel as well. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Again, here is another look at this bottle. If you came in late, it is the Pirogue Belgian style black triple brewed with coffee from Warp Wing. A very nice addition to their line at Warp Wing. Definitely recommend, especially if you are a coffee fan and you like Belgian ales. All right, everyone, I am out. I look forward to catching you guys next time. Like I said, I'm going to do some recordings. I can upload some videos. It's just tough to always kind of do the lives right now. So I'm going to try to do some stuff in the studio here. Studio, it's just my office, but I'll say studio like everybody else does on YouTube. And hopefully share some other good beers that you guys can check out. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. Oh, and thanks for everybody last night that came by and either joined or were a big part of the Fan Fun Friday. That was the second night we did it, and did not expect for it to go 5 hours, but it was some great conversations, some great comments, and it was a great fun time. So 2 weeks we've done that. I'll go ahead and set it up again for this upcoming Friday. That'll be at 8 Eastern. So anybody that watches that wants to join, I'll open it up so that you can come in and be a part of it as well. Thursday nights we have the Beer Flow show, so that's already set there. And then I think this Tuesday I may do something because technically it is National Beer Day on that day. So it would seem to be a crime to have a beer channel and not some type of broadcast celebrating that. So keep an eye out for that. Hit that notification bell so that way you're aware. And I will look forward to catching you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. And remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.